Good morning, world. How are we? How are we doing out there? Look at this setup. I just don't know this setup. That's okay. We'll make do. Here we are. My hair is still outrageous due to sweat, heat, humidity, baths. What is it with baths that make your hair just go real wonky? Anyways, I'm trying to grow out a little mullet, a little mullet. I like to do it every couple years. Grow out my hair as long as possible, put in a couple ponytails, and then chop it off. So that's the goal. Here we are. I'm trying to get a finger on the pulse this morning, to be honest. I've been kind of just sitting here and looking at the cards. Like, I don't feel terrible. I feel quite nice, to be honest, but the storm blew in. Didn't do much damage. Well, yeah. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. I was literally, actually, out of all the things, you know why? Okay, I pulled out this deck literally for this card. And the reason why I was thinking about this card, and I put away this deck, but on the floral, which I had out from last night's reading, this, I was staring at this as I was putting away, and I instantly saw the Hangman from the other deck, and I was like, okay, well, there's a connection here. So I knew I wanted, and I pulled out the Emperor. Oh my. Okay, well, we're gonna work with these two decks. I put it away. Okay, here we go. Interesting. Okay, well, let's, oh, Love of Pete here. Interesting. Okay, so like one is the back of the deck, and one is the normal face of the other deck. And to be honest, like, one, it's almost like one requires a little bit of psilocybin to really understand what's happening here. Very cosmic. But like, what is that thing? It's like, it's got a bit of a crustacean kind of feel. It's like got a lobster slash, I don't know, these look like feathers. Giving it up. Is that a snake ring? Hold on, I have to get it. I need to pull out a pair of fucking glasses. Oh, this is outrageous. Hold on, the glasses are literally right beside me. One sec. Right beside of the old drawer. The old tickle trunk. Oh, yeah. Where we go? Okay. Oh shit, boys, they're gonna be a little bit dusty. So I need glasses all the time, but I really just wear my glasses when I'm driving. And I'm not driving these days very often. Okay, let's take a peek. I feel like this person is wearing, oh yeah, I need a new prescription. Oh Jesus, it's literally worse. Fuck my life. Holy fuck, boys, this is, I'm just gonna say it's a snake ring. Okay. Here we are. Well, keep these on for a hot sec. Okay. Wow, the card that fell out is Strength. So we have the Emperor. And Strength, which is also Leo. Guys, forgive me if this is so boring for you. I have to keep talking about A, the UK, and Emma Thompson. I don't know, there's something here. It's so bizarre to me. It's been coming through very strongly. This morning, well actually it was last night, because I was going through all this, just kind of the last few readings and the things that I've just kind of been unawares, kind of leaning towards. But anyways, I was thinking about Gillian Anderson. And she's a Leo, I believe. I'm British, pretty sure. Who in my crowd right now is all about the UK? From the UK, has an accent. Something going on in the UK? Like, it came through so strongly in the reading last night, but it's been like the last 3 or 4 days. Now, here's the thing. Now, UK, please, don't take offense, because I really quite adore you now. But up until, I don't know, 10 years ago, it's not that I didn't have an affinity for you. Well, I didn't have an affinity. So for me to kind of get lost in very British things is not normally my norm. And again, I say this with a lot of love and affection because I do love the UK now. I've always loved the accent though. Give me an accent every day. Okay, so what the fuck? Perhaps some of you are named Emma. I was thinking about this before the reading because I was like, why? Like, Spirit, like, why? I'm really sad I can't put this into a little pony. Sorry, side note. I'm really excited to... Oh, yeah, we're close. Okay, well, continuing on. And the two decks, there's something about the back of the deck matching, but they're two different decks. Ah! Okay, so kind of going back to the other theme of the last reading, it's like of yesterday morning. Like from different worlds, different decks, but the same. Like different but the same. And the colors are also very similar. Like we have blues, some purples. And then, like even these, like they're both fiery, like Emperor. That's got that Aries. Yeah, Emperor. Aries and Leo. Emma Thompson, Gillian Anderson. I love them. If I could just be best friends, doesn't even have to get romantic. I could take all attraction aside. I would want to be best friends with those two. Oh my god. I literally just noticed. This is this. It's a fucking sunflower. Oh my god. Okay, you two cards, you two decks are talking. Okay, I'm here for it. I don't even pull cards with it. I feel like I have to pull one and another one. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's pull a few more. See what's going on. I have no idea where we're going today. Literally. Ooh. Oh, what's this? The Fool. And this one wants to come out too. The Three of Wands. Love to see it. Oh, and I was saying psychedelic. The mushrooms. Do I have some folks in my crowd that are currently in the UK that might be having a cosmic psilocybin experience? And maybe in your psilocybin state, Emma Thompson is talking to you in her beautiful, lovely British accent. I don't know what's going on here, folks, but something. We're going to pull it together here. Okay, and then the Three of Wands. Interesting. Yeah, the cards are really talking. Okay, well, so it's weird. We have mountains. This really reminds me of some of our Canadian mountains, but then we have the surfer down here. And then when I look at this Three of Wands, we have the tools, but then we have water and boats. A wrench, some pliers, and a screwdriver. A rabbit, a surfer. Well. Okay, well, we started off here. Hold on, let's get organized here. Oi. Okay. Sorry, I have to do a little side business. I just cannot get my situation sorted here. hate when I put the camera over this way. I like it at this angle, but there's not enough for me to... Okay, whatever. Okay, so you go here. You two go there. You go there. Okay. Oh look, the Emperor. The bottom of the deck. Oh my god! So it is like there's two emperors. See, look, the two goats, and then look who showed up. So we do have two old goats. Now, I would never call Gillian Anderson or Emma Thompson an old goat, but I feel like there's a friendship here, and I don't even know if those two are friends. There's something like this here. Okay. Oh, but you know what? I love his little face. Look at his little lips. His little goat lips. And the mountains that we just saw in The Fool. The strength has water. Okay, so one of you maybe is visiting the other friend, or the one from the mountain is going down to visit the one near the water. And we see that. See? The Leo. I'm just going to call one an Aries and one a Leo here. It's just coming through very strongly. Okay, so the Leo, I feel, is the one, the surfer by the water. And this is a highway, and I always see it as water. But we're going to run with it. I was going to say roll. That was weird. Run. Roll. Okay. Boop-a-doo. Wow. Do I need to pull the other deck? Let me just give a quick shuffle here now and just take turns. Yeah, going back and forth. Or is there going back and forth between two lovers? Do I have two emperors here that are in love with each other? Two emperors. One is a Leo, one is an Aries. My god. Okay. Hold on, no. They want the last three cards to be from this deck. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Do I want this card? Hold on, I'm gonna put this card back in. Not sure yet, but we all know, like, if it's meant to come out, it's gonna come right back out in a hot second. Hold on. Okay. Oof. Let me focus. Okay, the last three cards for this story. Who are these two people I'm connecting to? What's up with Britain? UK. Okay, what's going on? Last three cards. Seven of Pentacles. What did I just say? It was coming right back out. Okay, so when I did look at initially, so there's emphasis on the mountains here. One of you, big old goat, one of you lives in the mountains. One of you lives by water. And, hold on. Now what? Oh boy, that's a lot there, okay. This is an exciting reading. I don't know where we're going, and and it's kind of refreshing when it's not love right out of the gate, to be honest. Like, this is great. Could be a friendship, could be... Okay, well, there's two cards here. Well... Hold on. Okay. Back to the mushrooms. Okay, so there's two cards. So it's the Ace of Cups and the Apprentice of Wands. Page of Wands. The Apprentice of Cups and Page of Cups. Just sitting there. Okay. So you're going under the Three of Wands. And it's interesting because the first three birds that I see, I didn't realize that there's other birds, but I saw the three. Okay, you're going to go there. And the Apprentice of Wands. And back to this mushroom. Now we have this snail, but also, what part of that is the snail? Like, I know, or slugs, rather. Like, I know I know the banana slug quite well. I can't speak to all varieties of slugs. Well, Sorry, I have to give you a little side profile here. Again, morning hair. Don't worry about it. Let me look at this Ace of Cups. Oh yeah, the water. Yeah, and it's under the Three of Wands, which has that water. Okay, I need to do a little clarifying here. The flip's going on. What are we clarifying with here? Okay. In the Emperor, from the other deck, hold on, let's put this here for a sec. Let me have a sip of coffee about it. What was I going to say? Flip. What the flip was I going to say? Oh, God. When that happens. Okay, wait, let me... Oh, that's what I was going to say. Here's the direction. So, even in the Hanged One, the eyes are not even future, it's present. This Emperor, present, like right here, right now, today. But Strength is looking to my past. So this Leo. And then the Fool, the rabbits, are jumping future and then swing around to the past. The other Emperor, that little goat, he's facing the future. Swinging back around again. Okay. You guys already know each other. You guys, at minimum, are very good friends, or were good friends, or that type of relationship, like with my pals who live up the street. Fuck, we went easily, I can go easily 6 to 10 years sometimes without communicating with people. But when you've known people for a really long time, I don't know, sometimes you can swing right back around again and pick up where you left off. The Eight of Cups. Okay, wait, I wasn't focusing. Okay. Hold on, I want to clarify the Hanged One. They're getting very particular today. Okay, clarify the Hanged One, because that's the energy that we started off. That's what I saw the whole thing. So what is the energy of the Hanged Man, but with this cosmic eye? Too many. The Lovers to the Queen of Swords. Of those birds. Oh yeah, the Ace of Cups. It's interesting that the Ace of Cups, I was thinking about that. This Ace of Cups has a lot of representation that doesn't really read cups, to be honest. Like, yeah, we have a little squiggly line of what could be water, but there's birds. And then when I look at the Queen of Swords, there's a lot of winged ones. And the Lovers, which is also ruled by Gemini, which is an air sign. Yeah. Little sparkles. I like this. Okay. Okay. The Hanged One. Remember I was like, it's like giving it up. Giving it up to the cosmos. Okay, so you have a history with someone here from your past, a friendship, something where, like, I see nothing but, at best, or no, not at best, at minimum, like, great camaraderie. Again, no matter how long the distance or time has been. Hey, where'd the other card go? Oh yeah, the Ace of Cups. Did some of you perhaps let go of this person? The idea of this. You know when a lot of time has passed, and then for some reason you're stirred, you're called upon to, like, I don't know, it swings around again, and nothing's occurred. Like, this person still isn't around, but somehow they just pop in, and you think to yourself, you know what? That was the one that got away. That one, you know. Oh, did you guys lose touch and then one of you, you know, when you lose touch and then you start snooping around, you're like, where did this person end up? Can I find them? Aha. Yeah, because also, a Queen of Swords. That's what I was doing last night. I was up late looking at all types of people I've known in my past to see what they're up to. I love that game because I don't go on social media very often anymore. Okay. Yeah, it's hopping. Okay, well, it starts with a visit. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Still haven't clarified. I guess that Emperor is just the back of the deck. The back matches the front. Yeah, you guys are different but the same. Okay, wait. Oh yeah, you're there. Okay. Okay, so tell me about this Emperor from the other deck. Eight of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Six of Cups. Definitely hardworking. Now, the Strength card has a little babe. And then this beaver. So, the two of you could respectively have children. Yeah, different timelines. You guys have, like, lived lives. But with the Six of Cups always kind of denotes a past connection. Something from a while ago, if not past life. They're showing me there's something about the sleeping, like this little polar bear babe, and then this little cow all tucked. Everyone's tucked. The Page of Cups. For a small chunk of you, you may literally have grown up with this person. They might have been your little kid sweetheart, you know, like your best bud. Kind of like a Hermione and Harry Potter, you know, where you grow up together and there's like a tension, but you're kids, but there's like this, like, you know. Okay, so you guys go way back and you guys are swinging back around. I love it. Oh my god, the Six of Pentacles. Yeah. You two grew up together or something. Yeah, little babes here. Or just when you were younger. Little babes could have been like when you're like 18, 19. Got the sun here? Well, there is a lot of sun here because we got the sunflowers. And then with the Strength card, with the sunflower sun. And then the other Emperor has a sun. And then this Ace of Cups, it's very I don't know, Golden Globe up there. Sun. Okay, so okay. Oh, itchy neck here. Oh yeah. Okay. Grandmama, get in on this, girl. I don't know where you're at, but let's just pop in. Good morning, Grandma. Grandma, got this really interesting reading. I'm sure you have better things to do in the ethereal realm, but I know you love me very much. So, my grandmother was a lover of the people. She was a Pisces. If you're just tuning in, yeah, my grandmama, total saint. That's why I like to call her in. Like, total saint, real lover. Pisces. Okay, so let's get the deets. What was the past history of you two? Was it friendship? Was it love? What? Tell me about your history. As little, which one is it, this one? Knight of Swords. Well, he's a knight, so he's younger. Yeah, I could see you guys being like middle school, you know? Like maybe you weren't in all the classes, but you grew up together and you were pals, but there's like a connection more I'm seeing like between like 10 and like, yeah, 10 and 17. And then life happens. Maybe there's a move, you go off. But even with this, though, there's communication. Because, yeah, something happens. I'm telling you, I think someone was up late last night, snooping and scooping, being like, what did happen to that person? I want to find you. Where are you at? Okay, so I want to do some snooping and scooping. Yes. Okay, well, strength card. Really, the Jillian Anderson of this reading. So we got like an Emma and a Jillian. E and G. Okay, well, G. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm hearing you used to play together. Yeah, like pals, like, you know, friends, like, yeah, fucking around. Like, I'm seeing this as an abandoned building and, like, spray painting and, you know, just, as they say, taking the piss. Okay. So, yeah, exactly, taking the piss. This is my favorite devil. You know why? Because he's trying to, again, look at these kids. They're young teenagers. Look. Yeah! Oh my god, they're sitting on a little bench. And then the devil shows up with, like, a tiny bag of loot. That might be enough to pay for parking right now. And an ice cream cone. How fucking wholesome is that? Guys, you just heard me talk the last 3 readings about getting thick on ice cream. Like, I'm done. A bag of loot and 2 scoops of ice cream? Like, I've already said it. Like, oh god, if my government tried to make me a spy, and then I got caught and they were like trying to torture me. For one, you don't need to torture me. I don't like pain, but like it just takes ice cream. Just offer me ice cream and I'd give up all the secrets. I'd be like, I don't like pain and I love ice cream. So here we are. I'm a very good spy. Okay, so you two. Yeah. You two. Okay, so how does this go down? I think it's Emma, because you're Emma, the E, yeah. You're coming in with communication. Okay, so E for MP Emperor Emma, coming after Big G. Big G, mama, Big G, daddy. Wheel of Fortune with the Emperor. Holy fuck, I don't think I've ever seen 2 emperors come together in a reading like this. I love it. So much Emperor. Dog and cat. But look, the dog and the cat are peaceful on him, and then we have the constellations. Yeah, it took Emma Emperor, had to get out the scrolls, had to get out the celestial scrolls to be like, where is this person? Where is this person that I adored so much? That, yeah, we grew up, you know, I played at their house, like, we grew up together, the home, yeah, but the wheel's turning. Yeah, set it free. Let it go. Set it free. If it returns... Ooh, shit, Cinnamon. Wow. Okay. Okay, so... You're gonna reach out. How does Big G... Jilly Emperor feel about this? Stick yourself where you need to go. Strength to fucking strength. With the King of Swords. Oh, mama. Well, in terms of how you're feeling, and the tornado warnings last night, and that's what, I was really in that energy last night, doing the reading, really thinking about Emma Thompson, wasn't quite thinking about Jillian yet. And this King of Swords, because we had that Queen of Swords earlier, that was again about communicating. But look, and I love this King of Swords, because he's got out his journal, his diary, he's pointing out, all the facts. Yeah, and he's very pleased about it. See, he's not using a sword to annihilate, he's just pointing out, he's like, girl, I wrote on January 5th, 1988, Dear Diary, Emma Emperor, total smoke show. We had 2 hot dogs. No smoochies were had. I'll try again tomorrow. Yeah. I love this. The little kitty with the big kitty. But see, this person knows how to temper this person. This person's giving big kitty legs. Yeah. It's reminding me, okay, we all know these reels. You know when they show those reels of the old lion caretaker or the person who rescued the animal, and they show up 20 years later and then the lion remembers it? Like that one, there's like that cute little old lady, and she shows up and the lion comes running and through the cages is like literally standing up and hugging her 20 years later. It's got this feel, this flavor. Yeah, I didn't know where we were going. This is thrilling now. Yeah, we're picking up. Yeah, the beginning of the reading I was like, I don't know where we're going. I felt very aimless, directionless. I couldn't really anchor into something, but I just kept coming back to like Emma Thompson and Jillian and like this whole fucking thing. And then as I was putting the cards away, like, do you know what I mean? So I feel like it kind of starts with that. Like, I think just like how I did last night, you know, when you're bored as fuck. Yeah, the ennui, where you're just like, nothing's occurring. Let's get on the internet. Let's get weird and snoopy. Let's see, yeah, where everyone's at. And it's like pulling that thread leads to all of this. And then it builds momentum. I'm feeling it. Okay, so Jilly, Emma's gonna reach out to you. Now I'm just using these names, you know, like just put your names where you need to go. You don't even need, we're not, just, you know, 10 of Cups. Oh my God. Boom. We just cleared it up. It's a friendship that literally is destined for you two to be together, to like, now again, not everyone has a family. You don't need to have children to have a family. Again, you could have fur babies, and if you hate animals, which I don't know what you'd be doing on my channel if you don't love animals, but here we are. But that being said, you don't have to love animals to also have a family, although it just makes me very suspect of you. Yeah, the alarm's going off, exactly. It is an alarm when people don't love animals for me. That is my alarm system being like, probably serial killer, sociopath. Okay. Oh, I did say you two, it did feel as though you might have children. See, there's an older child and a little babe. It's a blending of families. Ooh, blending of families. Yeah, you may not be creating them, it's a blending of families. Wow. Okay. Okay. Emma, Emperor. When you think about old Jilly Emperor, strength, how do you feel about them? Yeah, how do you feel about them? How do they make you feel? 2 of Wands. The anything is possible. That anything and everything is possible. Just like that childhood youth, you know, like when you're a kid, anything is possible. Everything is within the realm of imagination and playfulness and creativity and what ifs, you know, like you play. So it's not just about planning, it's imagining, it's dreaming. Yeah, you feel like anything is possible with this person. The Three of Wands, wow, look at that. And not only, it reminds me of an Aries I was in love with, and that was what I loved about them. What I love about the air, fire dynamic. I'm a great dreamer, and yes, I can be really great at application. Back in the day, it was a little bit harder for me. In my 20s, I had to learn how to ground it. But what I love about fire and air coming together is that, man, Geminis, like, we are great at coming up with fantastic ideas and dreams, and we can do the research and, like, make it happen theoretically. But Aries, especially, and same with Leo, is great about being like, okay, so how are we going to do it? Like, let's go. And that's what that Three of Wands is like. You plan, you do all the footwork, and then it's like the waiting game. You know it's coming in. Wow. So Emma Emperor, you really feel like you can do anything with this person. That anything is possible. And you've clearly had a relationship where you demonstrated that, like with your hijinks and like whatever the fuck you guys were doing as kids, getting into trouble and being mischievous. Okay, but feelings though. I know Emperors, you too, little Emperors. Yeah, there's a lot of earthiness, so it's grounded in like mountains, magnitude, presence. There's so much presence here and illumination with that sun. And we have a hint of water. So, and we do see the Ace of Cups, so we know there's emotionality here. And I know people love to talk about how the Emperor is a little bit more composed and cool and not as emotional. But it's funny though, because we have to remember the story of how an Emperor and an Empress gets to be there. You have to go through the whole story, and you have to level up through your queens and kings. So it's not that the Emperor doesn't know, because he, at one point, he was the King of Cups. He was the King of Wands, you know? So like they do know. But whenever I ask, how do you feel? And then I get things like, not Cups, okay. Emma Emperor, how does this person make you feel? It's all fire, baby. Page of Wands. Again, it's a young energy. And when I think about my youth, there's nothing more powerful than truly believing, like, not even believing, knowing that anything is possible. But what youth have that we sometimes lose is that enthusiasm, that childlike awe, and yeah, just excitement. And you're not really thinking about it, you just know. Yeah, you would really follow them anywhere. You trust them. You would follow it, and you want to, because again, this person now is future forward. The other two cards were in the past. Okay, well, Jilly Emperor, how do you feel about Emma Emperor when they contact you? Because you're not going to see this coming, old Jilly. Six of Cups. That's now 2 Six of Cups. With the Queen of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of attraction. Okay, but we have had, okay, so we do have cups here, because we've had, oh yeah, and the Page of Cups, yeah, the Six of Cups, the Lovers. Okay, no, there is love here. There's a lot of love here. But with both of you being fire signs, and I really do truly believe, although Jilly, you might be a Leo, but there's been that Queen of Swords King of Swords, so I could see you being a Leo, truly, sun sign, with your rising or another important placement being in Gemini, for sure. Or an air sign, but I'm really feeling Gemini. And see, again, look at the age. Now, she's a little bit too young here. We're gonna squash that, but focus on his age, not her age. But going back to what I was saying around like the 10 to 17, growing up together, these, you know, I don't think anything ever got inappropriate, but there's just this like, yeah, incredible bond. You know, when it's like, I don't know, when I was a kid, I definitely did. Where you love someone and you know it's kind of romantic because they're more than your best friend, but you're too young to know like what that would, you know, like you're not stupid, but it just doesn't evolve to that because it really is just like your best pal, but secretly somewhere in your little kitten heart. Love this. Okay. Well, both of you, and yeah, you're gonna be so pleased. It's like literally a gift. And to be honest, it's the young one. Who's the younger of the two here? Oops. Okay. Great. Okay. So, Emma Emperor reaches out, finds you, Jilly, Ace of Cups. Look, it doubles. And King of Swords again, it doubles. Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups. It's mutual. It's mutual. Oh god, nothing makes me more excited to see fucking mutual, because like, I feel like everything in the world right now is very inequitable and very unbalanced. So to see reciprocation, guys, it's kind of a simple read. I love it. It's not complicated, and I really don't want to complicate it. There's nothing to complicate here. There's a beautiful mirroring. It's reciprocated. Two emperors. And it's interesting though, because the two emperors that I'm referring to are also two women, and you don't have to be women. You know what I mean? You hear me go on about this enough. Like, you don't have to be anything. Just, it's the energy. But I love it though. And it could be same sex, it could not be. I don't know and I don't care, it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter who you love, as long as they're not children or animals. And that's sexy, man. Yeah, there's a truly letting go, or putting it out there, like a prayer. I don't know why, I just really wanted to cry. Just now thinking about it. Because it is really rare. Because people fall in love all the time, and it's not to say that there isn't ebb and flow of how we feel about people at times, or like, you know what I mean? But to have two people truly, and that's why I believe in, at minimum, have your person be your friend first, or like have the friendship really established. If not, like for me, my whole thing of dating now is like before, it's pre-dating. If you want to date me, you gotta work on being my best friend. And it has to be natural, because as soon as you put in sexiness, it alters how people interact with you. But if you just start off organically, if you're like, you know what, romance is off the table, let's just see if we can actually really be best friends. And that's what this is. It's a true comrade in arms. Two equals. And just like why I love the idea of best friends first is because it's not contingent. The person loving you is not contingent upon your sexiness and like, you know, how that dynamic changes when it becomes romantic that way. Your best friend, like, think again when you're kids, you know? You're having your sleepovers, you got shit breath, and, you know, like, you're just running around being little maniacs and doing what you do, and your best pal just loves you for being you. And that's what I see here, is that you had that in your youth, and then you grew up, and life happened, and worlds apart, and just like that wheel of fortune, you swing back around again. And that equilibrium, yeah, I've done a few readings where I've talked about this, where the connection, it's surpasses, it supersedes romance. Like, romance to me, in the hierarchy of, or in the spectrum of love, is a little bit more on the bottom. And not because it's not top tier, because it can become elevated in the ways that other loves can be. It's just it's a lot trickier to be selfless in romantic love. And I only use the example of that with me being a parent. And again, not all parents are selfless, trust me. I know. But when I think about being a parent, my love for my child, and the Pisces girlfriend that I had, where I really knew that it was a true love, because when we weren't together anymore, I wanted her to be happy, regardless of whether I was in her life or not. And that's when I was like, oh, that's unconditional love. That's like, I get it now. It's really like, I want the best for this person, always, not contingent upon my presence. So, suffice to say, it's not that you can't get there with romantic love. You can. It just takes a bit more work. So when I see these energies, what I just always come back to is like comrade in arms. I see, like, I always get these images of like war, of like, you know, two brothers, or, you know, two sisters. Well, I think there was less women in the war, but you know what I mean. That loyalty, steadfastness, like just being a rock for your pal. And there's respect there. Again, when you have the friendship or the best friend first, because it's not contingent upon all those other things I just mentioned, I just find that, yeah, the adoration, the love of unconditional love for you just being you, the respect, loyalty, you know, ride or die. And that's what I see here. And that's really beautiful, and it's hard to find. And I love when shit swings right back around. Okay, well, Grandmama, that was beautiful. Grandma, you love this reading or what? Everyone up there in the ethers, are we loving this or what? I am. Queen of Penties. Yeah. Who's on the bottom? Yeah, the Tower. This is coming in quick. I feel like this is any second. Oh, Two of Cups right here. Two of Cups to the Tower to the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. When I saw that Ten of Cups, I do believe you two are just you're gonna pick up where you left off. Like, no years have passed. If there's a blending of families, it's gonna be as seamless as it could be. Not to say that it's gonna be perfect, because blending is always a little bit messy. And what I love about this deck too is, like, she's the one bringing this Tower, and I think this is Emma Emperor being like, yeah, her little wand, and just being like, boop, here I am. Here I am. I looked for you. I was up late last night. I looked for you. And I found you. And I want to see you. And it's going to come in hot and fast, disruptive, but really, yeah. You know what? Kind of has hair. Similar. If it was a little bit more platinum blonde, that would look like Emma Thompson that I've been watching her interviews from. Well, God. Beautiful. Okay, I'm sweaty as all hell. I gotta put back on the air conditioner. Wow. Okay, well, all of that aside, that was a beautiful reading. Some of these readings, I really don't know where they're going, but when I sit with this energy, there's no icky X's, there's nothing complicated, there's not a shit ton of baggage here. Even if there is, it's like, I see, again, two emperors, two people who have gone through the trials and tribulations to earn their spot on that throne. They know all about it. They're not messy. They know what they want. 2 emperors. 2 emperors in that chariot. Oh, get the carriage ready. Get 2 thrones in the chariot, because now we have 2 emperors. And again, I just see hijinks. I really do. I see 2 little fucking cuties. I don't care if you're in your 40s or 50s now. It's like that youthfulness. I just keep hearing taking the piss. Taking the piss out of life. Taking the piss out of people. Like, you 2 really know how to have a laugh together. It's really beautiful. The fire and fire. I love this. I don't normally see a lot of fire and fire like this, or 2 emperors, but this is gorgeous. This is kiss the chef. Man. Okay. Well, guys, I just want to linger in this, but I shan't. I shan't and I can't. Okay. Stay blessed. Stay golden out there. That was a delight. And if you want to tell me about it in the comments, I'm not going to be mad about it, okay?